Pause this video for a second. How many of these places can you actually name? A mountain is obvious, but what exactly separates a hill from a mountain? Why isn't every island surrounded by reefs? Is a bay just a smaller gulf? What's the difference between a marsh and a swamp? And why is a canyon completely different from a valley? Today, we're taking one incredible journey across an entire planet, starting from frozen mountains, crossing rivers, walking through forests, surviving deserts, before finally reaching the deepest ocean. By the end, you'll never look at maps the same way again. Everything begins here. A glacier isn't just frozen snow, it's actually a river, made entirely of ice. Unlike ordinary snow that melts every year, a glacier keeps collecting more snow than it loses. Over hundreds, sometimes thousands of years, that snow gets squeezed so tightly, it transforms into solid blue ice. Now here's the amazing part. Glaciers don't stay still. Even though they look frozen, they slowly flow downhill, sometimes only a few centimeters each day, but powerful enough to carve entire mountains. And that's exactly how our next landscape was born. If a glacier cuts so deeply into a mountain and later melts, the ocean floods the valley. That creates a fjord. Think of it as a drowned glacier valley. Unlike ordinary rivers, fjords have incredibly steep cliffs, deep water, and were carved by ice instead of flowing water. Countries like Norway look exactly like this because glaciers sculpted them thousands of years ago. So what actually makes a mountain a mountain? Surprisingly, there isn't one universal height. Generally, mountains are tall, steep, and formed when enormous tectonic plates collide, lifting Earth's crust upward over millions of years. Some continue growing today, others are slowly shrinking because nature constantly erodes them. But not every peak forms this way. Some are far more explosive. A volcano is essentially Earth's pressure valve. Deep underground, molten rock called magma builds enormous pressure. When it finally escapes, it erupts through openings in Earth's crust. Once magma reaches the surface, it's called lava. Unlike mountains, volcanoes are built from repeated eruptions, layer after layer of ash, lava, and rock. Some stay asleep for centuries, others never stop reminding us who's really in charge. So, why isn't this a mountain? That's because there isn't a strict line separating the two. Hills are generally lower, with gentler slopes and smoother tops. Unlike mountains, they're usually shaped more by erosion than by powerful tectonic forces. In fact, some mountains eventually become hills after millions of years of wind, rain, and time wearing them down. Imagine lifting an entire landscape instead of just one peak. That's a plateau. It's a huge area of high land with a surprisingly flat top. Unlike a plain, which stays close to sea level, a plateau sits hundreds, sometimes thousands of meters above it. Many plateaus were created when Earth's crust slowly rose, while others formed from ancient lava flows. But every plateau has an edge, and that's where things get dramatic. That sudden drop? That's a cliff. A cliff isn't a mountain or a canyon. It's simply a steep, almost vertical rock face. Some cliffs were carved by crashing ocean waves, others by rivers or glaciers. Nature is constantly cutting away the land, leaving behind giant stone walls, and sometimes a river keeps carving much deeper, creating something even larger. This wasn't carved in a day, or even 1,000 years. A canyon forms when a river slowly slices through solid rock, year after year, for millions of years. Water may look gentle, but given enough time, it can carve landscapes visible from space. But here's the catch. Not every low area is a canyon. A valley is simply land between higher ground. But unlike canyons, its sides are usually much wider and gentler. Some valleys were carved by rivers, others by giant glaciers. So here's the easy trick. Broad and open, valley. Narrow with steep walls, canyon. Now imagine erosion working even longer until only isolated rock towers remain. This giant, flat-topped rock is called a mesa. Think of it as what's left, after erosion removes everything around it. Its hard rock top protects it, while the softer rock below slowly disappears, but erosion never stops. Eventually, the mesa becomes much smaller. Meet the butte. It's basically a mesa's smaller cousin. Same flat top, same steep sides, just much narrower. Imagine nature taking one massive mesa and slowly chipping away almost everything. What's left is a lonely stone tower. But rain doesn't only remove rock. Sometimes it collects it. Everything flows downhill, and eventually it ends up here. A basin is simply a low area where water naturally collects. Some become lakes, others stay dry, depending on the climate. Unlike a crater, which forms from explosions or impacts, a basin forms naturally through Earth's changing landscape. But sometimes, water disappears underground completely. Hidden beneath our feet is another world. Many caves begin when slightly acidic rainwater slowly dissolves limestone, drop by drop, for thousands of years. Inside, those dripping minerals create giant formations. Stalactites hang from the ceiling. Stalagmites grow from the floor. Eventually, they can even meet in the middle. And every drop of water eventually wants to leave the cave. Because from here begins one of the greatest journeys on Earth, a journey through rivers, waterfalls, forests, deserts, and finally, the endless ocean. But that's a story for part 2. So if you don't want to miss the rest of this incredible journey, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in part 2.